Hello, this is Sam Gallimore, and I'm going to be learning the bridgefall trick on Halo Combat Evolved.
And I'm Mrs. Gallimore, and I'll be watching you learn a new trick for a speedrun.
Yeah. This is, believe it or not, one of the easiest speedrunning tricks.
Okay. Thank you for prefacing that as we go in.
Yeah, because you might not get that impression.
Okay, I'm sorry. What was step one?
Step one is you're getting a good checkpoint. So, you know, Halo has save in checkpoints.
Yes,
when you're learning a trick, you want to do that, like firing and shooting and jumping and stuff to delay your checkpoint until it's like right before the trick.
So you don't have to spend a bunch of time getting to the trick every time you die.
Yeah, so that you're like right at the start of it, you can die and then immediately try it again.
Okay.
So we're going to play through about 30 seconds to a minute of combat before we get to the actual trick part of the trick. And oh, by the way, they were playing on easy.
We're playing on easy. Okay, that is also good to know.
Yeah, because it's a easy specific trick.
Oh, so it's one you didn't already learn for the other one.
Yeah, on legendary there's a aircraft which is not present on easy, which is why there's a different trick. On legendary there'll be a banshee which you can grab, but it's not there on easy, so you got to do this jumping off the bridge thing.
Okay.
So, yeah. Now
you're shooting to delay the checkpoint.
That is correct, and also jumping. And the first part of the trick, this is super easy. You jump off the side of the bridge to the left here.
Okay.
Not the hard part.
So that's not where you want your checkpoint after that.
Yeah, I want it down here. Because this... Yay!
Checkpoint. Okay.
This is where we're going to be doing the trick. You jump off of here, and you land down here. Except it's super tricky.
Without dying and falling off.
That's the whole trick.
Okay.
Well, that's not the whole trick. That's almost all the hard part of the trick.
Okay, because I imagine if you fall off, you're going to take more damage than you can take.
Yeah.
And die.
Yep, pretty much. The fall timer will kick in before it does it. Or you could just die when you hit there.
Or you can just impact damage. Yep.
So we're going to land on that thing down there and then walk along to a spot where we can jump off. So, because there is like a specific spot.
Maybe don't turn his... Oh.
So, I'm giving myself notes as to, like, what I tried to do when I did this.
Okay.
So, you're seeing me making, like, little tiny adjustments to get the movement just right so I don't die or fall off.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so what are the instructions for this thing that you were trying to follow?
You're seeing it.
Jump off the thing.
Yeah, the tutorial is, like, 2 minutes, and, like, 30 seconds of it is this. It's like you look at that spot, and then you turn to the left here, and after you hit, you quickly turn to the left, and don't fall off. That's about the extent of the instructions. So, this is a very common... Skepticism warranted. Okay. So, this is a common thing with more precise speedrunning tricks like this, is they will often not give you super precise lineups, and you're flying through the air while you're doing this, so you can control yourself in the air. So, while this is going on, I'm, like, trying different amounts of looking different directions and different things with my mouse, and there I just slipped off the top one and fell. So, that's not attempting something, but it's tricky, because, like, any sufficiently complicated game is going to have this, like, tons of precise movement. Yeah. So, you just gotta kind of find a way to do it that works for you, because... you're not going to be able to perfectly copy someone else's movement, so you have to, like, figure out your own movement that works. So now, I'm going to try spinning a bit before I touch here.
And that one didn't work.
Yeah, not the best.
There's a lot of falling in this one.
Oh, yeah. We haven't got to the montage part yet.
Why is this called a bridge jump? It seems like you're jumping off a wall.
We are jumping off of this wall, so now I'm going to try to land, like, closer in. Oh, I see.
Oh, very closer. Much closer.
Yeah, didn't instantly die. If you look above me, like, right there, up top.
Yeah. Oh,
there's a bridge.
Okay, that's why it's called the bridge. You're not jumping from the bridge, you're jumping from below the bridge.
Well, there's multiple jumps. You jump off the bridge to here, and then you jump here down to this, and then there's going to be another jump.
Oh, I see. You sped it up because...
Oh, yeah,
there's a lot.
Yeah, this is basically the same thing. This is me trying it 4 or 5 times to see if I can get it to do it again.
Oh, so they get the slide and not immediately die.
Yes.
Hey,
it worked!
Hey!
Like 10, 12 tries in, I think.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now you're going to get to see the ending bit.
And there's another jump that you have to walk over here for?
Yes. So
and you're walking on this super steep cliff. thing.
Super steep,
Less
slippery.
steep cliff right here.
Yeah.
More steep, less steep.
Yeah. This is not hard, but there's a precise-ish path. You can see
Yeah.
I'm like on the less steep part of it.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of precision in doing this, but it's really not much, and you can kind of intuit it. This is the part where you're actually dropping down.
Oh, okay.
So you see there's this nice sloped bit.
Yeah.
So what you can do is you can start holding back so you fall against the wall.
Oh,
So
and
you're-
slide.
And slide. And there you go!
Hey! Doing it again just for good measure?
Well, that was one out of-
repeatability?
Here's the
Okay.
thing. If you are doing anything besides speedrunning, that's fine. If
Right.
you're beating Lasso, you're beating it on Legendary, not that this is a Legendary trick. Or if you're a lot of achievements in the game, that's fine for.
Yeah.
But if you're doing speedrunning, you don't make it have to work. It doesn't have to work 1 time out of 10. It has to work 1 time out of 1 or 1 time out of 2.
Right.
So you don't just need to make it work.
Or 9 times out of 10. It has to fail 1 time out of 10.
That's a better way of it. Yeah.
Right.
You got to get this thing at least 50% in my experience.
Right.
So, okay, got it again, but that was like another 4 or 5 tries.
Okay.
So we're still working on refining it. And more importantly, I'm like, okay, I'm not super understanding what I'm doing that's making it work.
Oh.
So you kind of...
And you fell
Yeah.
before you wanted to.
Yeah. So
Okay.
there's 2 things going on simultaneously. There's one, just a little bit of muscle memory. It's like, shooting a basketball or kicking a soccer ball or anything else. Yeah, I started turning before I hit the ground. It was a mistake. And you just have to do it a bunch to get some muscle memory. But also,
Uh-huh.
hey, that was good. See, and I landed right by the wall.
And then you fell.
Yeah, started moving too quickly before I had stabilized and just whoop right off.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So there's a little bit of a muscle memory thing. There's also a little bit of a
And turn too much.
getting consciously aware of where you're turning, where you're landing, kind of try to get a sense of what you're going for.
See, I can critique you moving in this game and trying to move very specifically in this game all I want. But if I were trying to actually do this, it's one of those things where the person who has no idea what they're doing is trying to tell the person who has every idea what they're doing how to do the thing.
Well, outside perspectives can be useful.
And a lot more fails. Okay.
No. Yeah, if you see here what I'm doing at the start, what I'm trying to do is scooting to the left a little bit and seeing if that works. If I'm starting a jump, I'm going higher up, see if this is going to work. See if I'm jumping from a higher up spot. Nope.
Definitely not. That was a big impact.
Yeah. So, but, I'm still going to try it 4 or 5 times just to make sure this isn't a thing and try to gauge how well it's going. Am I dying instantly? I'm dying instantly, so it's probably not going well.
Okay.
So, in a little bit, you're going to see me try something else. And, now I'm okay, what if we start to the right? Closer to the edge. Jump more straight out.
Oh, there we go. We landed.
Hey!
Success. Once out of... Hey, that was the first time you went back to trying something different.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. That was the first attempt doing that. So we're okay, got it on the first shot. Probably want to stick with that. That seems to be one of the...
And now each time you have to practice
better.
the walking, because the walking is also actually difficult, right?
Yes. And also makes me feel better. I could probably skip this. I think I only messed up the walking bit once or twice.
Okay.
But it's
and the
it's
other
nice
jump
to...
Or whatever.
Yeah. But it feels nice to actually do the trick. So, even though it's the easy part, I'm I want to finish it. Partly because it's good to, be very consistent with the easy thing.
Yeah.
Also because it just feels nice. So, okay, good. Start a little to the right. See it jump from about the same location and see if that works.
Yeah.
And twice in a row.
2 in a row. That's really good.
Yeah. Usually and I just moved too quickly and fell off.
Okay.
My rule of thumb is about 3 minutes. And
3 minutes?
Excuse me, not 3 minutes. 3 attempts. I need to get 3 attempts in a row for me to be that's consistent enough. That's generally what I need to do.
Okay.
And as you can tell by the fact that there's a montage here,
You didn't get it. Okay.
Partly it's because I'm looking at this now, I'm I should be scooting more to the right. And if you'll notice with these ones that succeed, I haven't figured this out yet, I'm landing very close to the wall. So,
and so that you have the most room to slide.
Yes, and so if I'm really good, you'll actually hit the wall, and the wall, I think, will slow you down a little bit. So they're very close to the wall.
Yeah.
Almost got it.
Yeah.
So that's another thing is there isn't really a lineup, or excuse me, there isn't really a good way to practice how quickly you turn, like.
Yeah.
Because you're moving quickly, so you're like, do you start turning a fraction of a second before you hit the ground, a fraction after you hit the ground? How quickly do you turn? That's just something you kind of got to get a feel for.
Just by repetition and practice.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, there's one. Right?
Yeah, there's one.
Cool. And now we're going to walk around and do the other jump.
Yeah. And spoiler alert, the missus does not know how many attempts this took or how much time is left in the video.
I have no idea.
So
he specifically did not tell me.
Wanted the tension of like, has he got it yet?
I don't know.
Yeah, this could be a 10-minute video, could be a 1-hour video.
I don't know what I'm in for right now, guys.
Nope, disregard the popcorn I have ready. That's totally unrelated.
Yeah, this jump seems a lot more like simple. Like, were you making a slide out of the wall?
Oh yeah, very, very easy.
Yeah.
If the trick didn't include this part, there wouldn't even be a tutorial. There'd just be you jump here, you're good.
Just like a directions, go here, jump, and do the thing.
And there are things that are basically that easy, but this is not one of them. This is about as easy as grenade jumps are.
One.
We got our first one.
We're back to one.
Yeah, need 2 more.
Okay.
I also think a better rule would probably be more like 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 if I wanted to be really good at it.
Yeah.
So, because thinking back to like practicing on other tricks, there's plenty of times where like I'd get it 3 out of 10 or even, 3 for 3 or like 5 out of 10. And during the run, I still needed to do it like 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
So.
Well, especially those tricks that you like made, like changed a little bit to make it easier so that you had a higher success rate.
Yeah.
That are late in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you would practice those until you were getting 9 out of 10 in a row.
But yeah.
Like, would you have done the harder version if you'd spent that much more time learning the trick?
Oh, probably, yeah. If things like on the library, the light bump, I think that would be next on my list. Almost got it. I'm counting that.
Okay.
Wait, no, I'm not.
No? You did. You landed, you success, and yes.
Okay.
And then you were turning to go walk and fell.
Okay, so that's 2. Here we go. Do I get it? Landed close to the wall.
Oh.
Hey!
Success.
Apparently I didn't count it because I'm letting you know this is not the last trick in the video.
Oh, okay. This is not the last jump. So you didn't count that last one.
Apparently I didn't count that as a success.
Okay. But now you're going to practice the second jump because it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Technically third jump. The first jump is before the checkpoint.
Oh, but it's easy enough that
it
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think literally the first time I ever attempted that it's worked, and it's worked like nearly every single time other than that. So it's very easy. It's just jump off the left side, hold forward, make sure you smack against the wall, you'll be fine.
Right.
Okay, we got it. Yeah, we don't got it.
Okay.
Oh.
Near mind.
Okay, sliding off. That's
better than hitting and dying.
Yes.
That hit. Okay.
Like maybe I need to like spin more quickly once I hit the ground. Like whoosh.
Oh.
Nope.
Like,
okay.
That was better.
Yeah,
and then you're hitting on this rock and dying right before you hit the ground.
If you look really closely, I'm dying in midair before I hit the ground.
Yeah, well, I think it's when you hit that rock, isn't it?
No, it's a little before.
Oh, okay.
If you're in the air for a certain amount of time, the game just kills you. It's called the fall timer.
Oh, interesting.
Even before you hit.
They're like, we don't think you can make this, so we're just going to have you die.
Yeah. I think it's...
1!
Hey! We got it!
Okay, what do you think it is?
I think it's because there's certain levels where instead of like boxing you in and shepherding you on the path the developers want you to go, using giant walls, they have giant cliffs.
Oh.
But it takes a lot of processing power to render all the things at the bottom of the cliffs.
Right.
So they just make them long enough that you'll fall timer and you'll never actually see the bottom.
Right. Like, nope, you're gonna go the way we want you to.
Yeah. It also makes, for things like this, it makes it extra sure that you're not going to try to pull something like this.
Right. Like, this one has to be done in 3 jumps and not 1. Okay, so What is different now that you're not making this more?
One thing that's different is I'm not starting far enough to the right. The times that I made it, I scooted almost all the way so like my right foot was off the edge. And now I'm not moving far enough right again. I have like reverted to unlearning that particular piece. And also,
yeah,
you're gonna... Hey!
1! We're back to 1.
Yeah.
Okay. We've moved beyond 0.
We have. And I checkpointed because I was like, okay, I'm happy enough with doing the end of it. I just need to get my reps in.
Right. Just needed to get the practice in for this thing. Okay.
No. And...
Did shooting help?
No. Shooting is just totally like a reflex.
Oh. Okay. Success. So 1, right?
Yep. I think that's 1, yes.
Fair.
And they're starting to be like closer together. Like there's not like a montage between each one.
Oh, good.
Starting to have some kind of
And
consistency.
you decided to go back and do the second one for funsies?
Yeah. I was like, hey, maybe I want to do it after all.
Oh, okay.
So, this is something that really makes you appreciate the full game speedrun. Because again, this is the easy stuff.
Right. This is it on easy. Playing the game on easy, and you said this was an easier trick to learn.
This is... If you're gonna look cool and show off to your friends and stuff, this would be one of the first tricks you learn.
Oh.
This, maybe a grenade jump, and maybe the stuff on Silent Cartographer where you use the warthog to get through the door before you're supposed to.
Oh. Yeah, how tricky is the using the car to push you through the door trick?
To everyone else, it's apparently like a borderline just tell someone how to do it and they'll do it type thing. It's like this level easy or easier. Oh, we got 1.
Okay, 1.
We got 1. For whatever, and I just slipped off.
Okay. You need to practice walking.
Need to practice walking, apparently. See, other people struggle with walking, too. It's not just you in Stardew
Valley.
Oh,
okay. Thank you. Okay, but that's actually not just me in Stardew Valley. That's me in every game.
Yeah, I was trying to give you some credit.
I know you were trying, but, like, for the people watching, I am really actually that bad. Like, yeah.
I would like to do something like this where you learn something and I see how long it takes you to learn a speedrunning trick. I don't dislike either of us that much.
Nope. I'm not dedicating 12 plus hours to something like this.
I don't know if it'd be 12, but it'd be way longer than we'd be willing to do. Yeah, and you'll notice this time I'm like waiting to turn around until I get further up on the cliff. Oh. I'm like, okay, once I stabilize, move up on the cliff so I'm not so close to the edge.
Right, okay.
People who are better at this don't need to do that, but I do.
Okay.
So, people who are really good at this won't even turn around. They'll figure out a way to just like go straight. They'll just like jump off and just keep running.
What?
Yeah.
How?
Not super sure if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Lots of practice probably.
Yeah, I want to know how many hours they put into this. Like, how much of your life did you waste on something like this?
My rough...
On saving 2 seconds. Less than 2 seconds.
Yeah. There's a real, like, oh, here's the worst thing in the bit. I actually have to start counting, because it was just so many. I managed to unlearn the trick apparently completely here, almost.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
But there's, like, an almost insanity/meditation thing that happens with enough of these. Because you definitely feel crazy doing something wrong 18 times in a row after having gotten some kind of consistency with it.
Yeah.
But there is like a meditative quality of like doing something repeatedly. Like at
what point does it drive you crazy though?
There's also that. Because at some point it's like it gets harder and harder to save smaller and smaller amounts of time.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned, like first run I ever did. Yeah, I literally paused it right there. I cut out the pause for editing purposes.
Okay, right.
I literally went and watched the video and was like, what do you do here?
Oh my goodness.
Seriously, what do you do? And this is also something you should do if you're learning a trick, is after you've practiced it for a bit, go back and watch the video. You're going to pick up on other things.
Because you're going to pick up on more subtle differences between you and the other person.
Yes.
You've seen it so many times.
Yes. And so what I think I have learned to do is I've learned to steer into the wall more.
Okay.
So I've adjusted how I'm flying in midair so that I'm like not landing, holds up his hand to show demonstrate. I'm not like landing right at the where the wall meets the floor,
Yeah.
I'm like hitting the wall and sliding down a bit.
Oh, okay.
So right here,
So you get more slide time.
yes, kind of like the trick at the end, the jump after this. So right here, I'm doing a bunch of jumps where I'm experimenting with how quickly I hit the wall.
Okay.
So I'm like, at different
So
points.
you're expecting to fail most of these.
Yes. So right here, I think I've got it. I think I've figured out just where I need to start going into the wall to get to the spot. Yeah, during editing this, I was like, wow, this was even more painful than I remember it being.
Yeah. I think I'm not the personality type to want that would do well on something like this. I would just drive myself nuts.
But it does feel very nice once you get it, because you really know how hard it is.
Yeah.
Like, even the air quotes easy stuff. So that's that bit in the full game I was talking about, where it's like you do actually kind of feel a little bit like a superhero after you've done all of these tricks. And there's like at least 1 or 2 per level. That was just sad. It was like slow motion, almost not falling off.
Right. Oh, goodness. Yeah.
Seem to be getting some kind of consistency. And again,
You're
like,
getting better.
if I took a step or 2 more to the right, I think this would be a done deal.
Oh, but you're trying to not take a step from...
I think I've just forgotten at this point.
Oh.
Like, it's nails on a chalkboard to me right now.
Okay.
You know, because I'm not actually playing the game right now.
Oh, you're so right now watching it, it's nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, if just I had realized that if you start a bit more to the right, it probably would have gone a lot better for me.
Like with 1 foot off the cliff.
Yeah, with like 1 foot off the cliff. Because the thing I'm doing right now in the air is definitely helping a lot with the hitting the wall and getting that tuned in. But I think it'd be even better if...
Well, I guess that's one benefit of recording yourself doing the thing and then rewatching it is you can relearn that stuff that you forgot. Not that I'm advocating people do that. That seems ridiculous.
No,
but
this is a certain kind of person that can does this, where like the repetition is part of the point and like makes the whatever part of your brain, if you're willing to put in a lot of effort to get absurdly good at something.
Okay, 1.
It's nice.
Is that 1 or 2?
1. I think that's 1.
1. Okay.
It does feel nice.
Yeah.
No, because actually, when I got Xbox Game Pass, the like $1 trial for a month thing, and I actually got bored of trying new games, even though there's like an almost limitless supply effectively on there. Yeah. I was just like, this is too much new stuff. I just want to play the game a bit more.
Yeah. Well, it means that when you go back, that you can know what games you actually want to spend time playing more.
That's true.
Yeah, I think you had like met your quota for like new games played or something.
Yeah. Little thing.
You died for the first time on that jump.
Yeah, previously I had been crouching, walking up to the edge, and like holding crouch as I fall, because that affects how you fall. And that time I was like, oh, what happens if you don't crouch? Spoiler alert, you die.
You die. Okay, you die.
So, little refinement on the edge thing in there. And
2?
1.
1.
1. Oh. There were a couple of deaths in there.
Okay.
But we're getting there. I feel like they're following that 18 death montage. They're getting a bit closer together.
Okay. They are. There's no more 18 deaths in a row between the successes. This is good. This is progress.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. So, but besides me pointing out, like, hey, I'm steering into the wall and stepping to the right or left. No?
No.
This would just look like a person doing a thing 50 times in a row, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, if you didn't point out the differences, I would be hard-pressed to... Like, I would have to watch this a lot more to notice what they were.
Okay. Which... Hey! 1.
1.
But there was only 1 or 2 deaths before it.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I think it's because I'm not attuned to like watching.
I suspect very few people are.
Yeah.
To like that level of detail, it's not relevant for basically anything but speedrunning.
Yeah. Like why would you need to be able to repeat something? You just need to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Only if you're trying to do things that are only kind of barely possible because the developers of the game were actively trying to prevent you from doing this.
Right.
So I expect this is a big roadblock, which makes a lot of people not speedrun things, is the level of practice and also the level of, I've been doing this for half an hour, why isn't it working? I think that's still just one. I thought there was a death before this.
No.
Oh, no. Is that 2?
Was that 3? I think that was 3.
That was 3! Yay!
You did it! Success.
25 minutes!
With a lot of that sped up.
Yeah, I think the uncut video was like 40.
Okay. So 40 minutes to learn.
Yeah. And it's one of the easy ones.
Less than an hour for an easy trick. And you had to repeat it.
I had to guess like 40, 50 times at least.
50 times? Okay. Yeah, that's way more than I'd be willing to put in. Well. I'd get to like 5 tries and be like, done. Yeah. I'm no.
I think virtually
let me go do something else.
There's like 200 people who speedrun the game and about 80 million who have, or at least 10 million who own it. So it's like,
okay,
almost no one does this.
Okay, yeah, that's significant.
It's like 1 in 100,000. So.
Yeah.
So I have not seen a video where someone, I take that back. I've seen exactly one video where someone shows like the whole process of learning a trick or what someone actually did to get a world record. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to show this because I was like, you don't get this normally watching speedruns. You don't get
to see all the practice.
Yeah. That like, hey, this like 20, 30 minute speedrun that somebody did had dozens of hours of practice where they just did that one thing literally 50 times in a row until they got consistent.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, I thought this is super interesting and wanted to share that experience.
It definitely gives me a new appreciation for the tedium. I would probably just call it tedious and not want to do it. So good on you for doing it. I guess.
I guess question mark.
Yeah. Yeah, if that's what you want to spend your time doing.
Yeah. I heard a psychology thing once that basically all the things that people do when they're nervous, like twiddle their thumbs or pace, the reason they think they're calming is because they're repetitive. So I think there is something to that. It's like repetitive with kind of a point. So, alrighty. Well, anyway, that's my justification for this dubiously same thing I'm doing.
All right.
So if you guys like this, we'll do this some more. And we'll see you with the next one.
See you at the next time.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe.
And if you really liked it, please consider supporting our Audible page and other links in the description.